way. Yeah, keep it line. Keep it line.
Yep. Yep. Gotta bring it hard. Hard. All right, well then, well then, well then, well then.
Just kidding. Let's come around this way.
All right.
Top 8.
Yeah, careful now.
Go.
almost thought that too.
Either side of the stone is goal. I mean, look, we gotta be on this side. I don't mind covering up so you can guard the run back too. Yep. Yeah. That's a good idea. I think it's Coach Moore.
Got it, girl. Chris. Chris hard.
How much did you see here? Half.
I would say. Yep. Exactly. You want to leave it pace. Yeah. Maybe here? Yep. Right here, gents.
Line's okay. Keep it clean.
Morning, Dave. This is Brian Brown with Dave Falco. We're live already. We only missed the first end, so we'll do what we can to
pretty
get
good, buddy. It's 8:45 on a Sunday morning.
We'll do what we can to get caught up here a little bit. So, once again, from Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, we got 5 and under. We have 2 B event games here, semifinals, and 2 A event games. So, we'll try to take a tour around the scoreboards when we can and keep everybody updated.
Yeah, so this is a B event semi on that we're watching on B, right? Correct? And we've got a Rock Creek team, the Stabley rink, skipped by Elizabeth Stabley, and versus their Arizona visitors, Coyote Curling Club, and that is the they are the Unterbarns. So we got from Coyote Curling Club, Cayman Unterborn, Jeff Kunkel, Brian Unken, and it looks like they have an alternate. Let's see who's out there. Christy, looks like it's Christy Tragerton throwing lead rocks. And then for the Rock Creek team, which is drawing blank, like I said, skipped by Elizabeth Stabley. Vice is Chris Kermoda, Brian Scooter playing second, and Becky Marlowe throwing lead rocks. Team Unterborn had an open draw for the 8 to the 8 foot for 2 in the first end, and they came up just a little short, so get forced into and hang a 1 early in this game. A little bit of an unforced error. His shot rock was at the back of the button, so he had a little bit of backing that he could have come down to, and they couldn't quite get it there. Elizabeth made a crosshouse hit and roll on the second shot rock to bury behind a corner, full 8 foot. So they didn't have anything to hit. He was forced to the draw there. So pretty clean end so far in 2. Unterborn is looking at a rock in the top 4. Just a trading hit so far in this end. We also have the Women's World game on, so you might hear some curling noise in the background, but it's actually coming from Sweden. The Swiss are currently beating Denmark 3-2 in the 8th end. However, Norway has a deuce in the works, so we'll see what happens there. How you doing this morning, Brian?
We're here. We're doing great.
Yeah, that's all you can really ask for.
Little coffee going now, only on coffee number 2, but we'll catch up.
Brian's been on the mic all weekend. Really appreciate you putting in the effort, calling almost all the games. And for those of you that don't know, he's playing hurt this weekend. Just got out of a little surgery, so.
Yeah.
But maybe happy to get out of the house at this point, right?
Right, yeah, it's good to get up and about
Yeah.
among the living again. So.
Nothing serious, just a rotator cuff issue, and
Right.
we're on the mend.
Yep.
Up, onwards and upwards, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
So no curling probably till next season, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna mess around with a stick here
Yeah,
maybe
right.
next week.
Oh, good.
Week or 2.
Yeah, good. Get you out there. It's probably going to limit your golf season.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Golf's probably done for a little while.
Yeah.
All right, Underborn scrubbing the whole way, but nice guards established up front.
You want to clear some of those? Hit that guard.
Good come around there. Got about half buried there for the Rock Creek team.
Jeff! Whoa! Taylor, hard, hard, hard.
We have first and complete across the arena on sheet A. It is the 5-stone draw with an early 3-point lead over the Outsliders. That is a 5-stone draw is skipped by Dave Hickson. That's a Rock Creek team. And the Outsliders is a Denver team. Skipped by Adam Stewart. On sheet C is drawing blank versus the Gorillas. The Gorillas are a Racine, Wisconsin, Chicago, and San Francisco mashup. They are, let's see, they are trailing currently 1-0 after one against Drawing Dead, which is a Denver team skipped by David Mulcahy. Again, that is a A-event semifinal. That is the last Denver team alive in the A-event, so might be some rooting interest in the room, but we expect a good game. Nonetheless, both of these teams have been playing really well. And then on sheet D, we have the Full House team out of Columbus and Exarban Curling Clubs. That's skipped by Amanda Wilson against the Tuscan Curlers, which is a Lone Star, which is the Texas Arena Club, and Hollywood Curling Clubs, skipped by Ben Hoppy? Hope.
Yep, I'm not sure on that one.
All right, we're going to go with Ben.
Excellent call.
Again, and so C and D are the event finals. Let's see, it looks like, trying to see what color we're looking at over here. Yeah. It looks like that must be the Tuscan Curlers with a 2-point lead. 2-0 after one. We're in the second all the way across, so we will keep you updated. So, like I said, Norway had a multiple end setup, but Elena Petz on her first rock elected to come around a center corner guard and made a perfectly top button, which forced Norway to play a downweight old tap and ended up getting forced. So it's 3-3 after 8. Both teams with an additional chance to have hammer, playing 10 ends at Women's Worlds for gold. So we will try to keep our focus split. However, I'm really interested in seeing how this one ends up.
How's the weight? If you're a little up, it's half, it's okay. That looks good. It looks heavy. Just curl.
Hey, Team Unterborn looked like Kamakawa pretty much top 12 for himself, I think.
Cole was top 12.
Yeah,
Blocking-
he tapped
blocking
top
that in turn
12.
draw.
Yeah, tighten up that scoring area a bit.
Yeah, I like that. I think additional pressure applied there. He now has a shot against 2. Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth. She does. Definitely point of personal preference here. Both shots, both the draw and the hit are available. Nose hit on this first counter for Redwood score, or you have the entire 8 foot to draw to if you're feeling comfortable with your weight. That broom could be either, so we'll see what she comes out as. Really like it. Chance to get draw weight. Very comfortable.
Yep.
Sweepers were on and off the whole way. They get full 8 foot for a single point. So after a force, we have drawing a blank, ties it up at 1-1 over Team Unterborn. Still waiting on the second end to complete around the house, so we will keep an eye out. That's a pretty veteran call. So I'll let you know about it. You
Yep.
know, it's it can be nervy, you know, if their opponent has a couple rocks in the house.
Sure.
However, that you'll see a lot of top teams if you watch any kind of world level curling throw that draw every single time versus the hit if they have the opportunity. Even you know, despite how many rocks you're facing, if you have a chance to throw a draw and get that feel or maintain that feel throughout the game, it is always advantageous to do so. So seeing that the 8 foot was open, throwing the draw there, I think is a pretty veteran move by, you know, obviously younger curler. So
Right. Yep.
pretty impressive.
Good call. She was confident in her draw weight, so it turned out just
This whole team, from what I've seen, you know, obviously had a lot of games to watch. However, from what I've seen from this team, all 4 of them seem like they have a really good feel for the speed of this ice. So
right.
that's a weapon.
Yep,
Absolutely.
they adjusted quickly. Yep. They did.
From one season, one full season. This is Rock Creek's first full season of operation. They opened in December of last year, so a year. So they've been open for about a year and a half now. And just from the reports and from playing there a couple times, they get a lot more swing than we do. They can, you know, depending on your rotation, you can get 6-7 feet of swing. So plenty of movement on the rocks. And just because that arc is longer when you have that much curl, the speed tends to be just a couple, you know, tenths slower than our ice. However, they made the transition to both tightening up the broom and adjusting to the speed really, really well. So.
And hit attempt just curling a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a dump in. Line looked good to go. Just good curl this morning for an upweight shot.
I can get my interns moving on the straightest ice. So, yeah.
Okay.
Historically, I've been battling my intern since I was about 9 years old, and so I get it. It's easy to get those going. So really often, what happens on your intern, if that's your weaker throw, is because the rock wants to, you're naturally getting it rotating towards your throwing shoulder. It's very easy to move that throwing arm out from underneath your center of gravity towards your throwing shoulder, right? So you're getting it moving in that direction naturally instead of throwing it straight at the target.
Great shot, Christy. Line's pretty good. Maybe here wide. Pretty good, though. Coming down. Okay. Not too deep. Okay, Carm, Grant. Grant. Grant.
This is technically doable, but let's just get this one out. Control. Becky. Off.
Kurt.
No, it's gotta curl. You can try. Off. Yeah. A little bit of shove.
So a couple early misses here for the Rock Creek squad. I've had a really terrible run of announcer jinxes this week, and so as soon as I compliment their draw weight, there's a couple hits missed there. But the house is open. There's no guards on top, so they, if they can make a good hit and roll or a possible double, then they can claw their way back into this one and try to prevent a big one.
Yeah, then go ahead. We'll play tick.
Oh, big result on D. They just hung the second end. It was another score of 4. Again, I believe that's the Tuscan curlers. So that squad looking pretty dominant, not only in this game but throughout the whole weekend. So 6-0 over Full House. Early result there. I don't see any other second ends being posted. So as soon as those get hung, they are playing the third at this point. However, we don't have any scores, so we'll let you know.
That's pretty good. There might just be light. It's gotta curl. Let it curl.
Pretty exceptional double just thrown by Taylor Johnson on sheet C to prevent a big end by the Carillas. So drawing dead from Denver. Looks like they are keeping it tight over there.
Little wide. Go ahead then, Brian. Yep. Yep. Little wide, has to curl. Yep. Gotta move more. Yep. Gotta move more. I like it. Okay. I think we're good. We got it. That's not great.
That was a really good down weight bump there to sit 4.
Perfect.
That's one of those weight selection shots that I believe when you start making the right weight choices lets you level up. I talk to my students all the time about kind of tier breaks in your curling career. It's not a linear line. This is a lot like golf again.
Right.
Where you have you have a certain handicap for a long time, and all of a sudden you're able to shave, as a novice of 5 or 6 strokes off your game just because of one thing, one realization, one light bulb kind of moment.
Right.
Right.
Sure. Yep.
And so it's the same way in curling, where it's not a linear progression. It's kind of a tiered progression where you kind of level off and have a realization, and then that allows you to make, you know, a bigger, more noticeable jump in your shot making. And I think weight selection is a really big,
I can't see the curl. I don't know what's happening.
a really big factor in that.
No, that's Sweet.
So they answer the call there. That eliminates 3 red rocks as it sits right now. They elect to play a heavy little tap or a heavy draw to bump one of the reds back and also sit protected with backing for second shot. So closes down the scoring area a little bit, takes a couple reds out of play. It looks a lot better than it did before that shot, I'll tell you.
That's for sure. Yeah, it certainly did. So, see what happens here, or maybe they can get something to build on here after that shot.
Line's good. Line looks great.
So having seen a couple come down this line, feeling comfortable with how much weight and how much it curls there, it looks like Arizona's going to play a similar shot, freeze or ideally a little bit of a tap. And it does look like a good backline weight. We'll see how far it moves it. They probably wanted to hit it a little more high side to avoid that backing. However, it does push it far enough to sit 3. But that pocket is getting really comfortable now. So.
It is, yep.
Pass the weight. Okay. So you're kind of almost like taking the curl on that side. That's the way. Okay, so maybe it's the same. Oh yeah, that.
Hip ball. Sweetheart, all the way. All the way. All the way.
So trading back liners to the wing, that was probably, you know, a couple feet heavier than they wanted.
Yeah, they've got a little gap now. A little low side hit might move that to the back of 12 foot. Or out.
Yeah, low side with the outturn, yep. Yep.
Hit about 3/4. Those are just side. Just a hair on this side, or a hair on this side. Yeah. Just roll it here. Right. Okay. Or nose is okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep, Josh. Yep. 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 Never up. Never up. Never up.
Oh, they're switching turns with this one. This is interesting. So, switching to the intern, Unterborn pointed to the high side of the rock in order to roll into that gap between his other 2 reds, which would eliminate the backing, which I think is a really good instinct.
Yep.
Which he does fairly well. That just by moving it a little thick, moved that top one over enough so that the back 2 are accessible. A little love seat back there. Got two cushions to sit on.
There
That
you
would
go.
knock him down
Yep.
to 1.
He's coming for it.
I think at this point, that drawing a blank would be really happy with just giving up 2 with all those reds in play. So Elizabeth's going to try to nestle up right up to those 2 back reds. It won't be shot, but it'll be second and eliminate a lot of trouble. So as it stands, it's at least 4 red. It's hard on the maybe 5. It could be 5 from our view. It looks like 5, but those 2 yellows look like they're just a bit further back than that back right red. So this would go a long way to mitigating the damage here.
Okay.
Let's just freeze it.
There's not a lot we can do with it. No, let's keep that. Right here. Right here. Sweet! Go Nice shot. Nice shot.
Really good touch. Didn't get quite on top, but stayed a little high. So they're probably just going to try to push this one back again. So at least 4,
Yeah, again, just 2 feet heavy.
right?
and eliminates some of the protection by the backing. So Elena Pets makes yet another draw, this time to get Forrest in the 9th. Switzerland is up 4-3 over Norway after 9. So Norway is going to be down 1 with Hammer coming home in the last end.
I agree. Go wide. Good job, Ryan.
Really going hard on the push side. It looks like he was just a little bit wide on that in-turn hit attempt. So they hit their own, which allows drawing a blank to be sitting second shot and now have an open shot at the shot rock to sit 2 and really get out of a jam there. It's a really understandable miss because it's very easy to be in the hack and thinking about not over curling because anything low side on that in-turn attempt would have driven it directly back onto the backing. So you're focusing on the high side of the rock. It's kind of like having a body of water on the right side of the fairway,
Right.
and all of a sudden you hit a huge hook because all you're thinking about is not hitting it in the water.
Well, scout this one on the high side. Let's see if it's gonna hold.
Yeah,
Good
sitting 1 and
shot.
2. Yep. And really no double available because of the way that the backing is lined up. So it's actually a sneaky good spot in my opinion.
It
The
is.
hit doesn't do you any good. If you hit anything low side, throwing the in-turn on that top rock, and it might come off the back yellow and roll in for an even better position in the 4-foot. So realizing that, Unterborn is going to throw a draw for a single.
Fuck it.
So a bit of a narrow escape by the Rock Creek team, in my opinion. Arizona had a really big end building. So they've hung the 3rd on sheet C, A-event semifinal, between the Gorillas and Drawing Dead. So the Denver team, Drawing Dead, hangs another one, gets forced again in the 3rd. So now they're up 2-1. Nice tight game there on C against the Gorillas. No result on D, the other semifinal in the 3rd end yet. Although they are complete, we'll just have to wait for them to score.
Yeah. Good draw there by Kamen.
We're gonna have to remind
2-1 Arizona.
remind these teams to help us out a little bit.
Hasn't broken yet. Far as it'll go.
Sure. I was thinking the same thing. You go first. No, you go. I can hold it for a while.
14-7.
So great draw there by Kamen on his last. needed better than full 8, and he ended up putting it perfectly top 4. Really never any stress by the sweepers. Had one on the whole way.
Switch, guys, switch.
So a good confidence builder. That's a great one. Keep in the back of your mind for later when you need to make it again. So Underborn now leading 2-1 after 3 ends, playing the 4th. Really good tight games so far on A, B, and C. Sheet D just hung the 3rd end, and it was another 3 spot from the Tuscan Curlers. So continuing their dominance there, 9-0 after 3 ends. They are looking like a pretty stout rank, so expecting them in the finals at this point. We'll see how much fortitude the Full House rink has on a Sunday morning here, and how much they want to play.
Yeah, still no update on A, but eventually you're going to have to post. They're about to run out of rocks here on the 4th end, so to get to that 4 placard, they're going to have to post the 3. So something's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll have multiple updates for you.
I think I keep it away, yeah.
Line's on. Yep, the line. Help the shot. Line's good. Up. All the way, guys, all the way. You see that yellow?
So some hitting woes for the Stavely rank here are putting them behind the 8 ball a little bit in the last 2 ends. They do have the hammer bailout in the 4th, so it's not an emergency yet, but they'll want to figure out the weight and broom choices for those early end hits. That one looked for a minute like it might have been through the hole, so at least they made contact with that. It's a lot less threatening back there and biting Pac-12 than it was, top 8 foot. So Elizabeth recognizing the strength of her team, going back to the draw here, which I really like. Throw the shot you can make has been my common refrains this weekend on these games, and so and that's a pretty good option over there. It's not on the center line, so approaching a corner guard, if they can get one buried here, they're going to be really right back in control of this end. Yep.
It was a good shot. So she,
really good weight by Chris.
Yep. Gonna abandon the hitch for a little while and just draw around. He's gonna go after it immediately.
So on A, they are done with the 3rd end. The outsliders steal one to tie the game up, all tied up at 3 apiece. Outsliders versus 5-zone draw.
And the winner of that game will play the winner of our feature G here at 2 o'clock in the finals today.
Really good hit attempt. Rolls a couple inches towards the center line, so I believe they have a few inches of air in which they can remove and maybe roll under.
If you flip that, that's not bad either.
So here's another learning opportunity that I've mentioned to a couple teams in the warm room this weekend. Really often you're looking at 2 different shots. So you have the A shot, and you point out to the person in the hack that there's another option, right? So if you're heavy, or if you're outside, or then maybe we could do this. Where I really encourage my students and newer curlers to really just focus on the one shot that you want to make. If you're looking at if you have 2 shots in your head while you're throwing, eventually, more often than not, you're going to miss both of them.
Jeff, get ready.
I like that, Dave. Yeah, it's got to stay present and focus on one thing at a time, right?
Yep. Aim small, miss small.
Yeah, sounds good.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, Elizabeth looking to bury another one here.
Weight was pretty close. Probably back 4 weight. Ended up being a little bit wide, so it promotes the red rock in. Unterborn happy to remove the yellow from play in live 2 or possibly 3. A little flip on top, and you could have a tight guard on top of your shot rock, which I think would be the best possible result. I like that in a close game. Taking any possibility of a big end out of play.
For sure.
Overall is just a bit, but again, sitting 3, so certainly the force is on. In the women's world's gold medal match, it's a pretty open end in the 10th year, so that's approaching a force also. We might get some bonus curling in from Sweden. You can watch it. It's live on a website called Recast. You do have to pay. However, this is some of the best curling in the world, so I think it was $2.50 for this draw.
Right.
I was able to cobble it together.
All right. Good one.
Here. Ryan.
Yeah. I think here. Yeah.
Just kind of a guard then.
Yeah, but probably here, in between, yeah.
Okay, I think he's looking top 12 range. He's really going to put the pressure on now. That last miss hit just a little thin, and let's see what happens with this rock. But
So I took my eye off for a second. Are they throwing a guard? Top 12?
I think yes.
Yep. So only about 2.5 feet of ice. This side of B is one of the spots on our surface that straightens out a little earlier than others. So some good line reading by the Arizona rink. They are on it, on and off, just cleaning now. Yeah, maybe even needed a little bit of less ice.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah.
it really kind of struggles to get over the center line on that path. So I think they have a pretty decent piece of that shot rock. Can probably see about 3/4. Really good for Staveley right here would be to bump it to backing, make it hard to remove.
It's kind of what the ice is looking like. That
Yeah.
looks like about backline
Like
ice to me.
heavy draw.
Yeah.
At this point in the end, I don't think it serves you to fully remove it. That would likely roll away from cover. So if she can get to nose on this rock and have some backing, she has a chance to generate her two. The old skips deuce. That's why we get paid the big bucks.
That's right.
You want to put it right back, Becky, hard for line. Hard for line. Hard for line. Hold that line.